waters are river, lake, pond, reservoirs and streams. Everything comes under surface water. There are water below the ground, that is called groundwater. India particularly depends on 60% of groundwater only. Only 40% we consume river, lake, ponds, etc. Because they are not available throughout the year. Natural sources, due to soil erosion, water gets polluted. See, this is a natural flow of water. This is turbid. The water is polluted with organic matters, microorganisms. It is called turbidity. That means the water will be brownish color. Water might be blackish color. That means some contaminants are there. Those contaminants are called turbidity. You see, naturally this is a river water which is in brown color. Is it polluted or not? Yes. You cannot consume. Why does this happen? Due to soil erosion. Next thing, volcanic activity. Number of rivers are there nearby the volcanic area. What happens? This volcanic chemicals will mix into the river. One is decaying of vegetation. First type I have told natural sources. Second one is artificial sources. What are artificial sources? Domestic sewage. The waste water are being discharged into the river. From the factories, they take the water. You see a pipe here for manufacturing anything. It might be textile industry, coal, thermal power plant, fertilizer, etc. All industry requires water. They consume water. They let the effluent water into the river. So this is one of the source. So this creates toxicity to the aquatic living being. Oxygen depletion will happen. What will happen if oxygen is depleted in water? The water doesn't have dissolved oxygen. Aquatic living being will be vanished. It will go to another place. Agricultural runoff is, we are putting fertilizers. There are two types of fertilizers. One is organic fertilizers and inorganic fertilizers. What will happen? Due to that inorganic or artificial fertilizers, this runoff will mix into the water. That is one of the case. It creates eutrophication. There in lakes you might be seeing the green color. Plants will be there. That algae will be formed due to eutrophication. What do you mean by that is? Excess amount of nitrates, phosphates will create that algal bloom. Urban runoff, see, if streets has more number of pollution, that will be taken and it will be dispersed here. The surface blockage in the streets, there might be plastics. During rainfall, all the plastic will be wiped off and taken into the river. Thermal pollution and oil spills. In a ship, there might be oil spill. This creates a water pollution. Next thing is during mining. They mine and that mined runoff water will get into the river. So that will create turbidity for the river water. Yes. Next thing is impacts. Ecological impact is eutrophication. Like this green color formation will be there. This is due to excess nitrogen, nitrates, etc. Like this it will happen. This creates suffocation of the oxygen. If the algae is formed, the sunlight will not get into the water. Then photosynthesis will not happen. So due to that, there is loss of biodiversity. Fishes will be dying. Health impact. Cholera, typhoid and dysentery are waterborne diseases. So due to these microorganisms, health impact will be there. Next thing is economic. See, imagine if you are having bad or polluted water in your area, the government has to supply you water. What will happen? The government will treat that water, then only they supply. Currently you will be paying water tax. How much water tax? 200 rupees if you are paying means. In a polluted area, currently we are getting BBMP water. Now that BBMP people will spend more amount to treat the water. What are the two standards for drinking water? BIS, Bureau of Indian Standards, World Health Organization. If a water is pure, they have to get two certifications. So the more cost will be there. You take this as an example. The brown color is water availability and blue color is utilized water and population. You see, water availability is constantly reducing, and the blue color you see, utilizable water, is also very less. But the population demand is very high. What will happen? The government will put more money to treat the water, and the water-based politics will come. Lack of water, you will be priced for more money. The fisheries and irrigation will get damaged, increased cost of water treatment. Aesthetic things will be there. Chemical and toxic. This is what I told. Dissolved oxygen. Percentage or amount of oxygen available in water. You see the number of oxygen levels from 6 milligram per liter. If you have this much of dissolved oxygen, some species will only live. If the dissolved oxygen content is very less, if you see more crab in a place, that water is not a pure water. You can identify by that aquatic living being, is that water safe? Yes or no? We can think. Then if you see in any water this kind of worms, that means the dissolved oxygen level is 1 milligram per liter, not even fishes can live. What you will do, you will be just playing and you will be ending up in disease. Water induced disease. So like that, according to dissolved oxygen, the chemical and toxic impact will be there. Bioaccumulate. What do you mean by bioaccumulate is, if the water is contaminated with heavy metals, then it is called bioaccumulate. There is accumulation of toxicity. Now, thermal impact, if the hot water is there in a river, the aquatic living being will reduce. Hot water have less dissolved oxygen when you compare cold water. That is why you feel fresh when you take bath in the cold water. You will not feel fresh when you take hot water bath. Have you find your own difference? Because there is lack of dissolved oxygen. When you take a bath, that water should have more oxygen. That is why they say, in spiritually they say, you go and take a dip in that water, all your curses will go. The curses will go or not, it is different. If you dip inside a highly dissolved oxygenated water, you feel fresh. That is the scientific concept. These people identified the place where you get a high dissolved oxygen place. So that might be useful for that. These are called thermal impact. Next thing is corrective measures. The pollution has already been done. How to correct? First thing is introducing the effluent treatment plant. This is for industries. Industries take water from lake, they take water from ground, or they take water from river. After taking that water, they produce some components, then they let the same water into the river. That polluted water is called what? Effluent. So that effluent has to be treated. Like this, there will be number of stages in treatment. They treat the water, then only they will let out this water. This has to be done. Next thing is sewage treatment plant. What do you mean by STP is, are we using water to our household needs? Are we discharging the waste? That waste is called what? Sewage waste. If peoples are using the water and wasting, then it is called what? Sewage waste. If industries are using the water and wasting, in the sense they are called effluent waste. Both the waste has to be treated, then only it has to be let out. So two types of treatment plant you have to introduce. Then aeration. Nearby your house there might be some lake. That lake might have some algae. Above that there might be some eutrophication. The fishes will not survive. If the people are not doing fishing, in the sense the fishes are dead. Why the fishes are dead? Because dissolved oxygen is less. Sir, then how to improve the dissolved oxygen? If dissolved oxygen is less than 2 milligram per liter, 1 milligram, the fishes will not survive. You want to make the biodiversity, in the sense you have to introduce this kind of small boats. Sir, what does this boat do is, this boat will sprinkle the water around. What the sprinkled water will do is, they observe the atmospheric oxygen and then it will fall down. So like this, if they do, it will be moving around all the places, like mopping. The oxygen will be replaced by the water and aquatic living beings can have its biodiversity. This is one of the method called aeration. Technical name is called what? Air. You take air, then it is called aeration. What do you mean by dredging is, see, all the lake water will get pollution or river water will get pollution due to erosions or runoff. The rainwater is coming from different places and it will take plastics, it will take silt and topsoil, and it will be laying in different levels. You have to introduce a crane in order to remove all the waste which are accumulated. This process is called what? Dredging. Dredging is nothing but removal of the impurities, removal of silt. Removal has to be done. Then next thing is bioremediation. Some places they let the sewage water into a river. Imagine we are using the water and we are letting it out into the sewage pipeline. Does BBMP give us a sewage pipeline? You are going to construct new house means they will be giving a pipe. Your sewage pipe has to connect with the BBMP pipe, so that what they will do is they will collect all the sewage waste and then they will treat. Imagine if government is not treating the water, they are letting it into the river. What will happen? All the bacteria and virus will let into the river. Now the river will be polluted not by toxics, by microorganisms. Sir, if microorganisms are being contaminated, what you have to do? You have to do bioremediation. What do you mean by bioremediation is, there are some antibacterias. If you are supplying it in, you have a treatment pumps, the water will be supplied. Additional microorganisms with nutrition they will supply. What will happen? That bacteria will consume the organic impurities, and then at some level you will be getting a water which is free from microorganisms. There are some antivirus, antibacteria are there. Body will reduce by this action. Now, next thing is chemical reactions. You are studying civil engineering, we will give you a water like this. That water will be very turbid. Turbid means which has many dust with many microorganisms. We will give like this. You have to give the water like this. This is one of the experiment for civil engineers, which are called coagulants. Coagulants are called chemicals. You see, coagulants and disinfectants are there. They will be introducing some chemicals which are called coagulant chemical. That chemical is diluted and they will stir it. When they are stirring, what will happen? The chemical will attract all the solid waste and it will dump into the bottom. They will get the clear water at the another side. This is one of the things. The civil engineers not only construct the houses, they treat the water. Who will construct dam? Civil engineers. Who will treat the water is also civil. Next thing is called lake and river rejuvenation. Name is called Namami Gange. This is the initiation done by the central government to clean the river Ganga. It has to take initiation and construct wetlands. Planting trees along the water body. There should be water and trees should be there. If both are available, then it is called what? Wetlands. The wetlands are used to remove all the impurities. What they will do is, they will make an artificial pond like this. In that pond, they will grow the marshes. The industrial waste or the public waste will be lettered at one pipe, and when it is crossing all this layer, this trees and this plants will remove the impurities. There are some plants and trees which will remove the pollutions. Those trees will be planted here, and after that the free water will be moving towards another side. This is called artificial wetlands. Now, so far I have discussed corrective measures. What to do if already you have polluted? This ensures that there is no disposal of wastewater in the river. Next thing is agricultural best practice. This is an example of organic farming, providing organic fertilizers to the crops and providing drip irrigation. And maintaining buffer strip is providing vegetations along both the sides, along the waterway. This reduces the soil erosion. Now, industrial regulation is water prevention and control of pollution. Act enforced in 1974 in India to control the water pollution. Not only technological improvement helps the achievements, the government also takes some initiations to regularize that. Then urban runoff, conducting storm water drains. You can see here, these are the storm water drains. Whenever a rainfall is occurring at a place, this rain water will immediately percolate into the storm water drains. And when the water or the runoff during rainfall, if the water is flowing along the small streams, it carries sediments. This is being trapped in this form of sediment traps, and all the sediment will be trapped by this kind of arrangement, and the settlement will be happening here, and the water will go above this trap. So the pure water will go to the next level. Next thing is impermeable pavement. Have you seen this kind of pavement? This has been laid in the places where the water has to drain quickly. Pedestrians use the pathways. In some places, instead of installing tile, what we can install is this kind of permeable pavement. What does it do? The rainwater will percolate inside and it will go immediately to the sewage. This is a technological improvement. For number of cricket pitches, this kind of pavements are used. So soon as the rainfall stops, the cricket pitches can be used for playing. So above this pavement, there will be some top layer of soil and grass will be there. This makes sure that under any heavy rainfall, there will be no water stagnating in the cricket pitches. Solid waste management is prevention of plastics around a lake. Solid waste, which are plastic, garbage and hazardous waste material, they throw here. Wherever the people have access, there it is being trapped with this kind of solid waste management technique, and all the wastes are being collected at a place. Forestation and watershed management, we can plant trees along the pathways of it might be river or it might be streams. What happens? This prevents the soil erosion. The rich soil which has nutrients which will be stopped here, and the tree's root will not allow the rich nutrients to erode during the runoff of water. Public awareness on education by promoting environmental studies subject. Even this subject is also public awareness to create all engineers that how we can preserve the environment. Monitoring and surveillance, Central Pollution Control Board, primary authority to take care of pollution happening in India. It might be air pollution, water pollution and soil pollution, etc. Whatever might be pollution, they have the regulations and norms monitoring responsibility. Now, when there is a oil spill in a place, even it might be happening in a ocean or in a river, there are oil booms and skimmers are there. So this is called an oil boomer. The density of water is 1 and the relative density of the oil is 0.9. Always the oil will be floating above the water. So this technique is used by the oil booms. It stops all the oil at a point, and by the skimmers, you see this is a skimmer. You have two difference of elevation in this component. You see an oil layer. Through this the oil will be collected and the floating rig will be here, and all the oils will be taken into this pipe. So by this way we can remove all the oils which are being spilled in the ocean or the river. Now let me give an example of Rishabodhi case study. So far I have discussed regarding surface water pollution. You can see here the Rishabodhi river starts from Bengaluru and it ends at the Ramnagara. It is having a distance of 69 kilometers. Rishabodhi river is a tributary of Arkavati river here. And this has been polluted like this. Throughout the Bangalore, throughout the city, you have this kind of water flow. It is highly contaminated by number of industries around the Bangalore. How many industries are there? Around 3,304 industries along with the river area out of which 1396 are violating KSPCB, that means Karnataka State Pollution Control Board. State authority, Central Pollution Control Board is central authority, they are state authority, they monitor yearly regarding the industries and effluents, how much they discharge. Effluents are the waste coming out from the industry. Around 77 factories are filed against criminal actions due to pollution. What happens? The Rishabodhi river have some pungent smell, foams and contaminated water. This is being removed by this sewage treatment plant, STP. When you see the number of STPs are installed from the Malleshwaram where the Rishabodhi river starts. From there, number of treatment plants are being installed. What happens? The river water will not carry all the pollutions and dump in the Ramnagara. At each and every terminal point, the sewage treatment plants are installed in order to remove the waste. Even though if they pollute, the actions can be taken, but the people should not suffer. So due to that, these kind of sewage treatment plants are installed. The Bangalore Water Supply Sewage Board BWSSB has invested 500 crores for new sewage treatment plants to ensure that no sewage discharge flows into Rishabodhi River by 2024. This as of last year's statistics.
Answer this MCQ question. Excessive use of fertilizers in agriculture mainly leads to eutrophication. Thermal pollution of surface water mainly leads to decrease in dissolved oxygen. Yes. Next thing. Which method uses microorganisms to clean the polluted water? Bioremediation. Yes. Buffer strips in agriculture helps to. I have told buffer strips, no? Yes. They reduce runoff and soil erosion. Next thing. Effluent treatment plants are mainly installed for whom? For industries. Next thing. Which method helps to control oil spills in ocean? Use of oil booms and skimmers. Next thing. Which practice helps to minimize fertilizer pollution in surface water? Organic farming. Next thing. Afforestation along the river banks helps to reduce soil erosion and surface runoff. Yes. Which of the following is an example of preventive agriculture measures? Drip irrigation and organic farming. Which government body monitors, controls water pollution at national level? Central Pollution Control Board.